gentlemen, and moving on to our next topic, where it's fancy dress. And we'll be talking with our dear guests, Ms. Hala Mohammed Mahmoud, an English coordinator. So good morning and assalamu alaikum to you.
Good morning, assalamu alaikum for everybody.
And Saud Al-Halwan, assalamu alaikum and good morning to you.
Say good morning in a loud voice.
So, Ms. Hala, what can you tell us about the fancy dress competition?
Actually, fancy dress competition is a kind, yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, we'll just need to cut it for a bit,
Yes,
because right now King Salman bin Abdulaziz has arrived at the Arab League summit. As we can see right now on the live pictures, King Abdullah II, the King of Jordan, and King Salman bin Abdulaziz, he just arrived right now, and as you can see on the live pictures.
This is the 28th Arab League session where the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, has just arrived, and as the leaders are being escorted into the central location where it is that the summit is going to be taking place. There are going to be very important developments, of course, because it's the 22-nation bloc that is coming together with all the foreign ministers and the leaders. So there are going to be many of the news updates that we are going to be having to share with you through the course of the day. But there would be constantly the arrival of the different heads of states, and we get to see that Jordan is really the place right now where the whole world has their eyes set onto it as to what are going to be the resolutions from the 28th Arab League Summit. We're going to be covering much more of these updates and details, but for the moment, we are going to be resuming our discussion here in the studio with our distinguished guest who is joining us. Joining us here in the studio is our guest, Mrs. Hala Mohammed Mahmoud, who's an English language coordinator, and along with Mrs. Hala is Saud Al-Halwan. So sorry, Mrs. Hala, we just wanted to share the important news. But now as we continue on, Rayan, you were asking her about the fancy dress.
The fancy dress competition. What can you tell us about that?
A fancy dress competition is a co-curricular activity. That is, I can say it's one of the most important tools used by educators to develop certain skills kids need in early age, like KG or lower grades. And I'd like to differentiate between fancy dress competition and fashion show. Fashion show, child is allowed to come on the stage, show his dress, show confidence, and show presence on the stage. But fancy dress competition was meant exactly for certain reason to encourage the kids to use the language in interesting kind of activity that they enjoy. Indeed.
And I mean, like as you can see, Saud, right now, you're happy with the
Yes.
field, right?
Yes, he's in a different world now.
Yeah, mashallah.
Yeah, he's carrying the whole football field with him. This is just so cute. First, Saud, tell us, were you happy with your fancy dress?
Yeah.
Okay, which is your favorite football team?
Hilal.
Which one? Say it again.
Hilal.
Al-Hilal. Okay, well, just wanted to make it more loud and clear. But with this, Saud, so tell us, was it your idea, or was it your mama's idea to make you a football field?
Mama.
Your mama, because she knows that you love football so much, maybe. Yeah, so tell us, were you excited? How was it when you went to the class and you saw all your friends, everybody dressed in different kind of costumes? How did you feel?
I feel it's good.
It's good. Did you enjoy it a lot?
Yeah.
Why did you enjoy?
Because
Yes.
I'm happy.
What made you happy that day?
Because my friends all they're coming and the costume for them all is nice.
And your
Mashallah.
costume was nice too.
So, what would you want to be for the next fancy dress competition? Do you have anything? Who?
Policeman.
A policeman.
policeman.
Wow, that's amazing. So don't give me no tickets, please, okay? Don't give me a ticket. I'm driving safely. I put my seatbelt on, but you can give Simon a ticket.
Tell me why policeman? I'd like to know
To
why.
my driver. That
Why policeman?
Yes.
Why especially policeman?
Because they help us, and every day if come شيء one wrong, they will help us.
Very good.
Saud, you can also be a TV anchor. Maybe when you go home, you can tell your mom that you want to be Saima or Rayan in the next fashion show, and you want to sit in a studio and help everyone while you're sitting here, because we help everyone. We tell them drive carefully. We tell them how is the weather today, how to wear their clothes. We tell them how to be very healthy, what are the good things to eat. So you can be Saima and Rayan also, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to be a TV anchor?
Yeah.
Right. Now, with this, Mrs. Hala, as we're speaking about this fancy dress, tell us as to why is it that it's so important to be having these kind of extracurricular activities to be engaging the kids? I mean, it's just a little bit surprising because we get to see sometimes that kids do not have this nature, like how Saud was speaking, that all his friends were dressed well, because, you know, kids have this thing of mine is better and his is okay or whatever. So tell us as to what kind of morals are you trying to extend to the kids with doing events like these in school?
Let's start first, because in that age I care more about their emotional feedback that I should get from such kind of competitions. Kids were so proud of themselves that day. Kids were so happy getting the chance to get dressed with their costume and being on the stage, showing their costume to their friends, their way, speaking about the character they chose to present to their friends. Also, it builds self-confidence. Child gets a chance to feel responsible of introducing his character on the stage. And also it builds language fluency, which is really needed in schools these days. I don't recommend that we focus more on books and we don't use the books in our daily life. That's why we focus on speaking activities, because and presentation skills also. Because nowadays you see, mashallah, big ladies, and when they go to interviews, or men, when they go to interviews, they panic. Indeed. Why? Because they were not exposed to such kind of experiences.
Indeed. So for evaluating the dress of the children, what were the steps of evaluation?
I wanted all my kids to be happy, proud of themselves. So I didn't have a rank of 1, 2, 3. My issue was I want every child to be proud of what he did. So I made a kind of different criteria, let's say. I put all those who were showing an excellent costume design in one category. Those who were perfect with the language and introducing themselves, their presence on the stage was amazing, in a different category. And those who came but didn't get the chance to overcome their shyness, also I put them in a certain category. So finally, I made a nice video of each category, and then I announced that everybody is a winner, and we all teachers celebrated with the kids. And the kids, I think, they got a positive feedback about such competition, that everybody is happy, proud of what he did.
Well, that's really amazing. So, Saud, tell me, how did you prepare yourself for the competition? Did you practice at home for your lines? Okay, let's say you're on the competition now. What did you say?
Say your lines.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Saud al-Hilwan. And my old 6-year-old, and me can 3 bananas, and now I show you how to play football.
And then he gave a big kick to the ball, right?
And
he took, also you mentioned your favorite team that day, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned also your favorite player. What's his name?
في العابد.
Yes.
Nawaf Al-Abid is your favorite player. Nawaf Al-Abid, you're out there, you're listening. You're his favorite player. So, yeah. With that, we'll be continuing this discussion